Hi, I'm Chris Voss from the Office of International Student Services at Kalamazoo Valley Community College. Kalamazoo Valley welcomes international students from around the globe with over 20 countries currently represented. In a more typical year, these students would gather here on campus for our cultural showcase, an opportunity to represent their home country's traditions, customs, and of course food in one of the college's best received and attended events. This year we're going virtual with a series of student-made videos, but rather than treating this as Plan B, we're leaning into this new format by inviting everyone, everywhere to get to know our international community. I'm very proud of all the participating students, and the rest of the college agrees. So please enjoy the 2021 Kalamazoo Valley Virtual Cultural Showcase.
So today I'm going to do a little sweet hot drink, which is called Panchat, and it's come from Guatemala, which is from my parents' country, and it's made of fruits like guayaba, chamomile, apple, peach. And you can also put caña, canela. You can put a little alcohol, whichever is best for you. But I usually put just the fruits in a caña and a little bit of sugar. And it's usually used during cold times like the winter, and specifically is used for Christmas and Thanksgiving, where all the family gathers. And a side note, I just got home from school, so I look like a mess. You will need to put half of water, cold water, on a large pot or whichever pot you like, on a high fire, and I will put cereals, which is very sour and sweet. And then I will need to put sapote mamey, which is very sweet. And then you can get this from any Hispanic store. It comes with chamomile, caña, guayaba, apple, and cinnamon. And then you let it sit there for a little bit, and then after a few minutes you can put a little sugar. So after 45 minutes, or close enough to that, the fruits will increase, and you'll keep the fire on a medium low, and then you can add other stuff on it, and then you'll be able to serve and enjoy with your family or whoever you like to spend your time with. And thank you for your time.
Hi everyone, my name is Lina, and today I'm going to teach you how to make fufu. Where I live, finding fufu is very difficult. Fufu is a Congolese dish that is used in every meal. So my alternative to fufu is called maize flour. The first thing first, when you want to prepare fufu, you have to prepare your items. We have water, a bowl, and a wooden spoon. I'm gonna place water in the microwave. I can use my cup as a measuring tube to get the water that I need to make my fufu. So 1 full cup, I place it in my bowl, and I warm it in the microwave for 3 minutes. Once the water is ready, it's time to make our fufu. So I will use my bowl, my measuring cup, and get a cup full of maize flour. So we have very hot water here, which is boiled at 100 temperature. 1 cup full of flour, and then we mix it up like this. So stir in, make sure that all of the bubbles and the balls and there's nothing rough in it. Once that's mixed up really nicely, we're gonna warm it up for 5 minutes in the microwave. So while it's warming, fufu is a delicacy that Congolese love to eat, and it's eaten along other meals. You eat it with chicken, fish, vegetable, and mostly in Congo, fufu is not cooked using a microwave. We cook it using an electric stove or on a brazier, which is burnt woods that we put together and make it a fire where we cook our fufu. But since where we live we cannot use a brazier, we use a microwave instead. Let's check if our fufu is ready. As you can see, we still have 3 more minutes, but while waiting, you can still make sure that everything is well stirred up. And let's get it ready. Let's check our fufu and see if it has cooked. So it's nice and thick. It's hot. That's good. And we stir once more. So how to test if your fufu is really ready is to see how it sticks to the wooden spoon. It's sticking a little bit, so we'll add a little bit of flour. We don't want it to stick too much. Just a little, not much. And we stir. Always be careful, it's hot. So we'll have to make sure that all the flour is mixed in. And also how you can know that the fufu is almost ready is that it stops sticking on the bowl. Previously it was sticking on the bowl, but now it's coming in together. It takes about 5 minutes to do all the mixing till it's almost ready. Then once ready, we are going to serve with a delicious cooked chicken dish. We're gonna warm it one last time for 1 minute and then we will serve. So you need a plate, and a serving spoon, you need a spoon, and we're gonna serve our fufu on the plate. So we're gonna get the spoon, we are gonna wet it a little bit with water. I'm gonna put the water in the cup. And then I'm gonna cut a piece. Wet the spoon. You can make it in any shape you want. I'll make it in circular form. So now that we have it, we're going to serve it with our chicken dish. So I did cook some chicken with spinach, some soup. I'm going to put it on the table. Traditionally in Congo, we wash our hands using a bowl of warm water. In other places you can wash straight from the sink, but we put water in a bowl. And how we do is we use our hand, you cut a piece, squeeze it in, mix it up in your hand, and dip. That's a lovely fufu. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Yutaro Tanaka and I'm from Japan. And I'm going to show you how to make a traditional Japanese origami crane today. In Japan, when we were in elementary school, we learned about Japanese traditions such as origami or how to play with tops. Out of all the Japanese traditions, origami is my favorite because I need tools to play with the tops, but I only need a piece of paper to make origami. At the end of this video, I will show you some origamis that I've made, such as dragon, shark, airplane, or ninja stars. Anyway, let's start making an origami crane. I have tried to find stores that have origami paper around Kalamazoo. I found a few places, but they're all kind of expensive. So, I'm going to show you how to make origami paper from an ordinary printer paper. I have bought this colored paper from my year for origami, but you can use paper from your notebook too. First, you need to fold the paper like this to make a square. Cut the extra part and now you have a square piece of paper, origami. I only have about 3 minutes, so I'm just going to show you how to fold the origami crane. If it's hard, you can pause or rewind. The important thing is that every time you fold the origami paper over, you have to make sure that you scrape the folds flat with your nails so that you can make your origami neat. It also makes it easier for you to fold origami paper later. If you don't scrape them flat, it becomes more difficult to fold it multiple times. I remember when I was in the middle school, one of my classmates got really sick. So we made them 1,000 origami cranes tied with a string called senbazuru. In Japan, we give senbazuru to someone who you want to wish good luck to, or someone who is seriously ill and wish for their recovery. Senbazuru is also a symbol of peace. I remember it didn't take too long to make it, even though we had to make 1,000 cranes. The class had about 40 people, so we only needed to make 25 each to make senbazuru. It's hard to make the first one, but after you get used to it, you can probably make one in 5 minutes. I think it's almost done. This is how you make a traditional Japanese origami crane. Was it hard? You can always rewind and pause if you get confused. And now I will show you the origami that I've made. This is a dragon, a shark, an airplane, and ninja stars. I've also made a box and some Japanese maple leaves beforehand, so that I can put the crane in it. I hope you had fun. Thank you for watching.
Hi, my name is Linka and today I'm going to show you how to make Slovak mug cake. This cake is called mug cake because all what you need to measure ingredients is 1 10-ounce mug, which would equal to 1 1/4 cups in US measurements, but we don't use cups as measuring agent. First, you add 2.5 cups of flour, which would be 2 mugs. Then you add 1 1/4 cup of granulated sugar, which would be 1 mug. You can see how it can be easier to be measuring with just 1 simple mug. I added a little less sugar because I like my dessert less sweet. Then you add 1 1/4 cup of milk. After that you add 2/3 cup of vegetable oil and then 1 package of we call baking soda. This baking soda consists of 3 ingredients actually. It would be half a teaspoon of cornstarch, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, and 1 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder. It just came prepackaged because it was easier to bake with it, having it all prepared all together. Then you separate your egg whites and egg yolks. You put egg yolks with all the ingredients and you whisk the egg whites. While they're whisking, you can mix all your ingredients all together. Your egg whites should be stiff. When you put your spatula upside down, they should stay on it and not fall. This is a egg white beater that we used to use when we were young. You would put egg whites in it. The black part is a handle. You would be rising up and down. The egg whites would be going through those little holes, which would be whipping the egg. My mom would always tell us to put the cup over our heads and flip it. If the eggs didn't fall on our heads, that meant they were ready. We were young and we would do it every single time. When your egg whites are ready, add them to your mixture. Make sure you're gentle as you want to leave the consistency as it is. Gently fold them into the batter. Be careful because if you whisk them and overwork them too much, they will lose their texture. Your mixture should be light and airy. Spray your cooking pans. I would use butter and flour back home because we don't have a cooking spray, but that works. Once you have your butter in your pans, choose a fruit you want to top it with. Make sure you have all the juices out. Cut your fruit into bite-sized pieces. I use peaches because I just like them. Gently press the fruit into the mixture. When your cakes are ready, you can sprinkle granulated sugar on top if you would like. It's not something you have to do. It just gives it a little shine after it bakes. Preheat your oven to 375 degrees. Put it in the oven. Depending on your pan size, I set my timer to 30 minutes. You might want to check as you go. We use toothpick to see if the dough is ready. If there is butter on your toothpick, that means it's not ready. Once it comes out clean, like this one, the cakes are ready. They should be slightly brown on the top. The edges will be a little brown too. I like them. They're not too crunchy. They're actually my favorite part to eat. They should be your ending product. Nice and shiny. Cut them into squares. We usually use spoon to eat them with some whipped cream on side of it. Enjoy.
Hi everyone, this is Adriana from Spain, and today I'm going to show you guys how to do a Spanish tortilla. In order to do this, you're going to need 2 pounds of potatoes, 1 onion, 8 eggs, olive oil, and a bit of salt. Let's get started! First, you're going to heat up 1.5 cups of olive oil in a pan, and then you're going to cut the onion. Try to keep slicing it as thin as you can. Next, we're gonna wash and peel potatoes. Try to cut them as thin as you can, just like the onion. As you can see, our potatoes are starting to turn a nice golden brown. They've been cooking for around 15 minutes, so now we're gonna let them cook for another 10 minutes while we crack a couple eggs. Now, we're gonna use between 1.5 and 2 teaspoons of salt. I'm just gonna do 1 heaping teaspoon until it overflows. After we put the salt in, we're gonna beat the eggs. We're gonna do a light beating though. We don't want them to overmix. After the potatoes start looking like this, brown and crispy, we're gonna put them in our egg mixture. It's okay if a little oil gets in the egg mixture, but it's good to try to limit it as much as you can. So we've strained the olive oil and we're gonna put it in the fridge for the next time we make a tortilla. Also, our egg mixture has been resting for like around 15 minutes while covered. Now it's ready to make the tortilla. So we have a teaspoon of oil sitting in our pan that's heating on about medium heat. Now what we're gonna do is take our mixture and put it in the pan to make the tortilla. We've let this cook with a cover for around 4 minutes. Now is the time to flip it. Now that we've cooked it for another 3 to 4 minutes, it's time to slide it on the plate. Enjoy!